Anime has the power to take us to new worlds, make us feel emotions we never thought possible, and even question our own realities. But what sets the best apart? It's their storytelling. From complex plots to unforgettable characters, these anime have earned their place as the best in terms of narrative excellence. Today, we're diving into 10 of the best anime with top-tier storytelling that will leave you hooked from the first episode. These aren't just your run-of-the-mill action-packed or fantasy-driven anime. These are the stories that push boundaries, make you think, and leave you reflecting long after the credits roll. So buckle up, because we're about to explore the very best in anime storytelling. Let's dive in. Number 10, One Piece. One Piece is a series that has been a huge hit around the world for more than 20 years. This animation, made by Eiichiro Oda, is more than just a great story about pirates. With more than 1,000 episodes, the plot is a work of art and narrative. The world building in One Piece is what makes it stand out. The Grand Line, the Devil Fruits, and the world of pirates are all carefully thought out, which makes it feel like a real world. But the characters are what really make this series great. The Straw Hat Pirates are a collection of oddballs, and each one has a very emotional past that adds to the story as a whole. Fans stay emotionally involved because of how the main character, Monkey D. Luffy, and his diverse crew grow over time. A major theme that runs through the whole series is Luffy's strong belief in his dream of becoming Pirate King and his willingness to give up everything for his allies. One Piece is great at telling long stories, and it also knows how to mix humor, action, and big plot twists with deep emotions. It's not surprising that One Piece is thought to have some of the best stories in anime. Number 9, Attack on Titan. This series has changed the way people think about dark, gripping, and powerful anime. Hajime Isayama made this program, which is full of ups and downs. The Earth is under attack by scary titans, and the main character, Eren Yeager, is determined to fight back. Attack on Titan is different from other shows since its stories are always changing. Each season has startling turns and jaw-dropping moments that keep people on the edge of their seats. The show doesn't simply have action and suspense. It also looks at complicated issues like freedom, sacrifice, and the effects of war. Attack on Titan is a very detailed universe, with a culture based on dread and being alone. The characters' emotional arcs, especially Eren's, are very complex, and the show isn't afraid to look at the darker sides of human nature. Every season makes the universe and the people more interesting, which is a great example of how stories can change over time. Number 8, Your Name. This anime, directed by Makoto Shinkai, immediately became a worldwide hit because of its beautiful animation and moving tale. The narrative is about two teens, Taki and Mitsuha, who switch bodies in a strange way and live each other's lives. What starts out as a funny, strange story about two people switching bodies quickly turns into a meaningful look at love, time, and fate. The movie skillfully combines romance and imagination, and by the conclusion, you'll be crying from how intense it is. Shinkai is a skilled storyteller who uses the beauty of the surroundings and the characters' maturation to make the story more emotive. The fact that the two main characters are separated by both time and location makes the love tale more interesting and distinctive. The movie's cultural importance and worldwide popularity show how a simple yet well-told story can have a lasting effect. Your Name is more than simply a love story. It's a reflection on fate and the strong bond that may exist between two people, no matter where they are or when they are. Number 7, Death Note, a psychological thriller that changed the genre. Tsugumi Oba and Takeshi Obata made this series, which is a masterclass in mind games, suspense, and moral philosophy. Light Yagami is a smart high school student who finds a magical notebook that lets him kill anyone whose name he puts in it. Light uses this power to try to get rid of all the criminals in the world, but his rising arrogance and god complex lead to a fascinating game of cat and mouse with L, a mysterious and brilliant investigator who is determined to stop him. The psychological fight between Light and L is what makes Death Note so interesting. The show asks serious questions about power, justice, and what happens when you play God. The smart writing, complicated story twists, and ethically gray characters keep people on the edge of their seats. Number 6, Steins Gate. Rintaro Okabe, a self-proclaimed crazy scientist, accidentally finds a way to travel through time using a microwave. As he and his friends start to send messages back in time, they rapidly learn that modifying history has big effects. Steins Gate is a great example of narrative since it goes so deep into time, cause and effect, and the human condition. The characters are really well-rounded, and their personal problems and growth are an important part of the plot. The anime also takes its time to establish suspense, and each twist and turn in the plot makes the story more complicated. Number 5. Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood, anime that many people think is one of the best of all time. This show is based on the manga by Hiromu Arakawa and has the right mix of action, philosophy, and emotional depth. The story is about two brothers, Edward and Alphonse Elric, who employ alchemy to try to bring their mother back to life, but fail, which has terrible effects. The brothers set out to find the Philosopher's Stone, a strong object that can heal their bodies. Along the way, they have to deal with the effects of what they've done and find out about a huge plot that could destroy the globe. Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood stands out because it does a great job of constructing the environment, developing characters, and conveying emotional stories. The show talks about big ideas like sacrifice, the effects of war, and how valuable life is. The story is all about the characters' emotional journeys, and each one is important to the main plot. The anime has some of the most iconic and complicated villains in anime history, and the ending ties everything together in a way that is both rewarding and makes you think. Number 4. Neon Genesis Evangelion. It changed the mecha genre and pushed the limits of what anime could do. Hideaki Anno made Evangelion, which is a complicated look into the human psyche that is set against a plot about enormous robots fighting aliens. The plot is about a troubled youngster named Shinji Ikari who is chosen to drive a huge robot to fight strange creatures called angels. The show looks at serious philosophical issues, including sadness, loneliness, and the meaning of life as Shinji fights with his own demons. Neon Genesis Evangelion is unique because it is willing to talk about hard and frequently uncomfortable subjects. It's not simply a program about fighting monsters, it's also a deep look into the human mind and the problems that come with living in an imperfect world. This anime is quite different and makes you think because the characters are so deep and have so many problems. Number 3. Made in Abyss. It's an anime that has a lovely art style, but tells some of the darkest, most emotional stories in anime. This series was made by Akihito Tsukushi and takes place in a strange, seemingly endless void where explorers go to find out what it is hiding. Riko, a young girl, goes down into the abyss to find her mother. Along the way, she meets weird creatures and faces horrors she can't even imagine. Number 2. Mob Psycho 100. The creator of One Punch Man, One, made this show. It follows Shigeo Mob Kageyama, a teenage psychic who attempts to live a normal life even though he has a lot of ability. The mix of comedy, action, and heart in Mob Psycho 100 is what makes it so amazing. The show looks at ideas like self-worth, personal growth, and finding a purpose. Mob's journey to learn about his own feelings and who he is easy to relate to, and the way he interacts with the people around him is what makes the story so powerful. Mob Psycho 100 has some of the best animation ever. The action scenes are smooth and dynamic, and the character designs are stunning and full of life. The characters' emotions and the show's unique visual style make it one of the best instances of great storytelling in anime. Number 1. Steins Gate. The story is about Rintaro Okabe, a self-proclaimed mad scientist who finds a way to travel across time by accident using a microwave. As he and his friends start to send messages back in time, they rapidly learn that modifying history has big effects. Steins Gate is a great example of narrative since it goes so deep into time, cause and effect, and the human condition. The characters are really well rounded, and their personal problems and growth are an important part of the plot. The anime also takes its time to establish suspense, and each new twist and turn in the story makes it more complicated. If you enjoyed this deep dive into these top-tier storytelling anime, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more anime breakdowns. Let us know in the comments which of these stories had the most impact on you and which anime you think should have made this list. Until next time, keep watching and keep enjoying those amazing anime worlds.